Mr. Ashutosh Sharma again with us, and he will take us through another chapter on social media marketing so we can utilize this wonderful channel of social media and we are able to, use and get the optimum benefits out of our social media channels. So we have Mr. Sharma with us. Good morning, sir.
Morning, everybody. Hi. I hope you're all keeping safe and sound.
I hope the same, and with the unlock 1.0, abhi 15th June say we are getting the news it might get turned to a lockdown again. So let's see what happens now. And yes, guys, I know you all are learning and clicking photos also. So, photos में learning नहीं छूटे. And जहाँ time मिले, you can click photos and put them on social media and tag Vidyadan and Media and Entertainment Skills Council. So, sir, I'll hand it over to you. So it's all yours.
Just help me. Okay, I need to share my screen. I'm not allowed to right
now. Okay, I'm giving you the rights here. Just a minute. You can share the screen.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. Is the screen visible? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Great. So let's start talking about the presentation. Today's topic, I think now we have 3 lectures left, and the way I have kind of broken up the rest of your lectures is that I want to talk why your business needs social media. There are a few insights that exist both in terms of consumer side as well as business side, which you need to be aware of why social media is important for your business. So that is what I want to cover today. In the last 2 lectures, I want to cover in the first lecture how Facebook and Instagram can be used for your business. And in the last one, I will take LinkedIn and Twitter. So those being the 4 big ones, I want to go specifically into those, talk about some of the tools that exist in that and how you can use those for your business. What I want to urge all of you and what you need to understand is that despite these lectures, right, beyond these lectures, hello. So beyond these lectures, what you need to do is to start practicing. There are so many tools on each of the social media channels. You need to start experimenting with those tools. You need to start making use of those tools and start thinking. By now, I think all of you have reached a stage where you can start thinking of how social media benefits you, how you can utilize social media for your business. What are the things that you need to do? Today, I will talk about some of the specific things that you should do for your business. And in the next couple of lectures, I will go to specific Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, all of them, and talk about their specific tools and what you can do out there. But you cannot become social media marketing experts till you start practicing. You can pick up any business, you can pick up any personality, you can pick up anything. So, for example, there are social media influencers. Their only job is they are the brand. They are promoting themselves and creating followers. I'm saying whatever it might be, pick up something and start promoting it. Start discovering the tools that are available to you. almost every month, all social media has some new tool or the other, right? So I'm saying you need to start using it. The more you use it, the more you experience it yourself, the better experts you will become. Like I can literally do this lecture again after a month and there will be new things to talk to you about. That is how fast social media changes, and which is why you need to keep up with the speed of the changes that are happening, and that can only happen if you practice, right? So that is my advice to all of you. uh, how The first thing I want to talk about is how social media influences buying behavior. Now, some of the research that I am sharing with you is global research that has been done. Numbers for India might vary little bit, 10% here and there, but broadly it gives you a trend that is happening globally, and how therefore social media is influencing buying behavior across the world, right? So when we look at consumers, we actually, in a research done globally, 70% of consumers have actually said that they are more likely to buy based on social media referrals. In some of the lectures previously, we had talked about the influence of social media, right? So we had spoken about how social media now has become an extremely important influencer, because if your friends, family, or any colleagues or somebody is recommending a product, you are more likely to believe them than you're likely to believe some other advertising and stuff like that, right? That is why social media is so powerful as an influencer. And consumers are actually saying that 70% are more likely to buy based on what their friends, family, colleagues, all of those people are saying. And that is the power of social media, right? 31% of buyers say they use social media channels to browse for things to purchase, right? So you will go through, say, a Twitter channel, you will go through Instagram, you will go all of those social media channels to see what are the things people are talking about. You will also go to the social media pages of the companies and see how customers are talking about those products. What are the complaints people are having? What are the good things they are saying about the products? Those are the kind of things people are doing in terms of research before they buy any product today. When it comes to millennial, I mean, even young people globally, 47% of millennial purchases are influenced by social media. That is a large number. Almost half of all purchases done by millennials, is done, using the influence of social media, because millennials per se is an extremely active set of people on social media, and they live their lives on social media. Similarly, millennials are 1.6 times more likely to use digital channels to learn about new products, right? So a lot of companies today want to target young people. They want their brands to be seen with young people. It might be fashion brands, electronic brands, mobile phone brands. It could be various products. Millennials are one of their most important target audiences, right? So they are most likely to learn about new products, which is why companies also want to be on social media, right? So, which is why it is important to build the social media perspective. So, what I'm trying to give you right now is a benefit for the consumer, how the consumer is influenced. And the next, I will tell you how businesses are influenced by social media. When it comes to, it's the choice of how people communicate with brands. जो टीवी ऐड होता है उसमें आप बात नहीं कर सकते कंपनी से. What the company is saying, you cannot speak to them, you cannot interact with them. Same with newspaper ads. Also, TV ads and newspaper ads come and go, right? You have to literally run each ad 100 times before consumers will actually see it, because they have to run it across hundreds of channels and stuff like that. In social media, you take one ad, you distribute it, it reaches your target audience, and it is easier to communicate with that company. So today, if there is a social media page, if there is a Facebook page or a Twitter page of that company, I can actually go and put a query there, and they will answer my queries. And that helps me make a good, quick purchase decision. That again is the power of social media. So, especially in the generation today where consumers want to talk to the brand. It is becoming more and more important for people to talk to brands before they make any purchase decision. There is no other medium like social media, and therefore 80% of consumers use social media to engage with brands and ask them and have questions, etc. Right? Uh, it is equally important for the business to immediately respond to that customer. And research has shown that customers who receive a response from a business on Twitter or any social media for that matter, if the company takes the effort to engage its customers, to tell them about the product, to help them make a purchase decision, so all this has to be done positively, right? When they start engaging with customers, the customer is willing to actually spend 20% more just because he feels special. If you make your customer on social media feel special, like, thank you so much for getting in touch with us. We are so happy that you're interested in our product. Let me help you find the right place to purchase it. If you buy it in the next, if you confirm your order in the next 15 minutes, we can offer you a 5% discount. Whatever those kind of activity or engagement you do with your customer, the customer becomes so happy that he might actually agree to pay more money. And this is research that has proven that customers are actually willing to do that, right? On the other hand, 90% of brands today use social media to raise brand awareness. And I'm not talking about small, I'm talking about much of the larger brands, medium-sized brands. Almost 90% of them, in fact, smaller brands today are also realizing the power of social media, and they are actually at least going and creating a page. They might not be engaging, they might not be talking to their customers, they might not be doing it in the proper way, but because they understand the power of social media, they are at least going to create a page. If nothing else, Instagram, they will make a page, they'll start putting photographs, etc. It is a start. Slowly, 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 they will need people like you who have to go and educate them, who have to educate them how social media can help improve business. You have learned so much about how social media is able to add value, to generate sales, to engage customers, to bring leads for the business. Now that you know this, you should go and talk to those small brands and say, let me manage that social media for you. I will engage with your customers. I will talk to them. So if you volunteer your service, and I'm saying initially, do it for free. Do it as an internship for 3 months and say, I will do it for you. I will show you results. If I show you results, you can pay me later, right? I'm saying you will also learn, they will also benefit. You are learning all the tricks now. You can slowly start implementing it. And the more experience you get, the better you will get at it, right? So this is an opportunity for you also, considering 90% of brands are using social media to create brand awareness, right? Um Online stores with social media presence have an average of 30%, 32% more sales. What does that mean? It means online stores. So any store like Amazon, Flipkart, those are big brands, but there are lots of other smaller brands which sell, say, specialty items. Like there are brands like Jaipur. There are brands like, Mintra used to be a small brand earlier when they started, but now it's a big brand. But similar brands which have an online presence, which use social media to sell their products, are likely on an average to have 32% more sales than an offline store. And there is a reason behind that, because they're able to, as we discussed earlier, discover new customers. It is so easy today to discover, find, engage with new customers that you can generate that much sales. So this is again the power of social media, right? That they are able to find and engage new customers. So convince now that you have all this data on your hand, you should go and talk to these brands. You should go and talk to the smaller brands who have not started engaging customers on and saying, sir, I can generate 32% more sales for you if you allow me to do these things, and demonstrate to them how you can do it. Yeah. And that is what it will, that is how you will learn and they will benefit. Now coming to the other side, So that was about consumers. Now let's talk about what businesses have to say. Businesses are also benefiting greatly from social media, right? Social media actually helps business grow. I think we had also discussed this in a short period, but here is the statistic: 90% of marketers, people who are from a marketing background, say social media marketing increases brand exposure. So you have seen that how many percentage of people are willing to make purchases. But beyond making purchases, you also want your brand to be recognized. People should be able to say, I know this brand and I trust this brand, right? And that is the starting point. If you remember the funnel we had talked about, right at the top of the funnel was awareness. How do we create awareness for your brand? From that awareness, the sales will start, right? The funnel will start being created. And 90% of marketers say that thanks to social media, people know more about my brand. They are talking about my brand. They are engaging and asking me questions and helping me drive sales, right? So they, even marketing people are realizing that social media is extremely powerful. So as an opportunity for you, as a job opportunity for you, whichever city you might be from, every city today has good business setups, small business setups, medium business setups. You should then, now that you have learned this, approach them, start talking to them about how you can get a job to help them do their social media marketing, right? And that will help increase the awareness. And the more people know about brands, more likely to purchase. 66% of marketers who spend 6+ hours on social media per week get more leads. Now, this is a point. What I wanted to tell you is that I think I covered this briefly in one of my previous lectures. A lot of people feel that अगर मैंने पेज बना दिया तो अपने आप सेल्स आएगा. ऐसा नहीं होता है. You need to understand that it takes time and effort and constant effort to make your page perform for you. You cannot just create a profile, put your contact details, and think people will start pouring in. It doesn't work like that. I think some of you understand it. Most of you have experienced it. Just having a profile does nothing. You have to make an effort. You have to put posts. You have to make sure those posts are reaching people. So we had discussed analytics, if you remember. You have to analyze how your post has performed. How many people has it reached? How many people have been engaged? How many people have left comments? If it is not working in an organic way, you have to then promote your post. You have to actually try and reach more people and consistently. So the minimum amount of time that in a week you should be spending on your social media page and doing some activity, some post is 6 hours, which means what? Sunday छोड़ दिया, रोज 1 घंटा, 1 hour every day you need to dedicate to your social media page. Minimum amount of time to put a post, to do analysis, to see how people are responding, to even respond to queries. Minimum 1 hour a day. If you are not spending 1 hour a day on your social media post, on your social media page, making posts, communicating, engaging, you are doing injustice. Then your social media page will not perform. So find that 1 hour in a day. Most people have hectic businesses, but if you don't have 1 hour, then you will not be able to utilize it. And 66% of people who find that 1 hour, who are able to spend that 1 hour in a day, get more business leads. Why are they getting those business leads? They're getting those business leads like for all the things we've discussed: reaching more customers, engaging more customers, satisfying more customers, taking care of their customer support questions. And that is how you generate business. The more people feel you are somebody who's ready to help them, the more likely they will engage and purchase your product. Yeah. So this is something I tell all my customers. They say, will it work for my category? Will it not work for my category? I sell falana, I sell this. Is social media correct for me? I'm like, whatever you sell, whoever you sell to, today, the large chunk of India, a large chunk of your customers, even globally, are on social media. Whatever business you do, you might think it is a small business, very specialized business, it will still grow your business, and it will grow your brand, and it will grow your bottom line. Every business can be promoted on social media. There is a social media, even if you do B2B business, there is a social media for that. You can use LinkedIn, you can use Twitter, you can use all of those tools to reach your customers, right? So regardless of what your business is, regardless of what you sell, there will be customers for you, right? And that is the mindset you need to go into doing social media marketing with, that I can sell anything on social media, right? Also, a lot of businesses today are using social media to keep customers up to date. It is the easiest way to bring to keep your customers updated about new products, upcoming events. And even if you have to make a huge amount announcement about a new product or event, you can use that, you can use social media to spread the word, right? So I don't know how many of you have seen this, but Facebook has a capability of promoting events where you can create an online event and you can drive participation for that event, right? I'm sure some of you have participated in events which have been first seen on social media. So it can be even an official event. It can be the launch of a new mobile phone. It can be the launch of music by a celebrity. All of them today use social media to talk to people. Today you might have a product and you're coming up with a small change in that product, or you're making a variant, right? You can use social media to promote even that, right? So it is a great way to keep your customers updated. Today companies come up with mobile phone. So almost every 6 months there is a new version: iPhone 7, iPhone plus s, 7s, 1 plus 7, 1 plus 8, 1 plus 7t. It is so many variants. How do you communicate with your customers? How do you tell them that this is different, this is better, these are the features? You can use social media. It is the cheapest, fastest, and the best reach amongst all media today to reach your customers, talk to them, and engage with them, right? There is no comparison to what social media can do. Social media post drives targeted traffic, and this is what is extremely beneficial for businesses, right? Uh, So one of the things a lot of people think is, अगर मैं रेडियो पे ऐड डालूंगा तो मेरे को उससे बिजनेस आएगा, मैं टीवी पे ऐड डालूंगा उससे बहुत बिजनेस आएगा, न्यूज़पेपर में ऐड डालूंगा तो बहुत बिजनेस आएगा. आएगा, जरूर आएगा. फर्क ये है कि of all the people that you reach through television, your customers might be just 1% or less than 1%. बाकी जो 99% है, your ad is wasted on them because they are not your customers. But what are you doing? You are actually paying to reach all 100%. Because that is what the TV is saying, कि आप तो 1 लाख लोगों के पास पहुंच रहे हो. But उन 1 लाख में से, if my target audience is only 1,000, why should I pay for the rest of the customers, right? So that is the discrepancy with all the other mass medias also. Social media allows me to say, I know these are my 1,000 customers. I want to reach only those 1,000 customers. And social media allows you to do that kind of targeting. वो 1,000 से थोड़ा एक्स्ट्रा हो जाएगा, 1,500 हो जाएगा, 2,000 हो जाएगा, पर आप 1 लाख लोगों के लिए तो पेमेंट नहीं कर रहे हो. You're paying only to reach those 1,000 people. That again, think of the saving for a business, the targeting that you can do. Yeah. Also, social media helps you find your new web content and send traffic to your website. Means that you can actually create new content. You can put it out there and create on your website and promote it on social media and send traffic to your website. The other thing is, even if you look at just online tools, forget about traditional media. I'm saying if you only look at, say, online tools like SEO and stuff like that, SEO takes a little bit of time. Yeah, search engine optimization. I don't know how many of you know it. Basically, search engine optimization is a process through which you You prepare your website to receive traffic. You prepare your website to receive traffic in terms of keywords, in terms of making it technically fast, in terms of connecting it to outside content, and interconnecting your internal content. It's a complicated process, which is a separate lecture on its own. Some other day, if we are talking, we will talk about that. But that process, even though it is very important, the traffic from that takes time to be generated. But if you want to generate immediate traffic, social media is incomparable. It is completely the fastest way to generate traffic to your website with a really good viral post. What it also does is that, like I said, SEO itself might be slow, but it is an extremely important process for your website. Search engine crawlers are consistent tracking websites with growing traffic, right? So if your website is generating good amount of traffic, people are coming to your website, they're consuming your content, they are spending more time on your website, then even Google realizes, acha, this is an important website. So the next time customers are searching for a similar product, I should put this website amongst the first results, right? So that becomes an objective. So driving that traffic through social media to your website also improves your site's SEO. So that is also something that you should keep in mind. The more traffic you're generating, the more people are engaging. Also, Google tracks your social media engagement levels on your social media pages, and through that they find out how important a brand, how important your website is. So both are interlinked. Your SEO and your social media are linked. They both work with each other. So you need to also be aware of that. The other thing is, another thing that you should look at to generate for your business is, you can actually use celebrities, you can use guest bloggers, you can use other people to help improve the traffic on your social media. And we used to do this effectively for some of our clients, where depending on the topic, we used to engage with them. They would then find your post valuable, and they would share it amongst their followers, right? And that is how you generate traffic back for your website, right? So social media can help you do that also, right? So just the way you have celebrity endorsements on TV, Shah Rukh Khan comes and says, "Ye car khareed lijiye," or Deepika Padukone says, "Buy this Lux ka sabun," or whatever, right? They come and endorse a brand. On social media, you can actually do that without having to spend large amounts of money. Sometimes, of course, celebrities will also charge you money to sponsor something out. But if it is something that is close to their heart, if that is an important enough post, they will also, a simple retweet or an answer to your tweet can make your post go viral, right? That is something that only social media can allow you to do. That you will reach their followers and get a wider reach. That is not possible with any other social media without paying any other traditional media without paying large amounts of money, right? Social media helps you understand your audience. Why is this important for your business? You can actually, because everything is in a public forum, because you can see and track people's opinions. So somebody had mentioned sentiment analysis, right? Sentiment analysis is what? How are people talking about my brand? What are people saying about my brand? That is sentiment analysis, right? So though by reading their tweets of your customers, we gain insights into their lives, their consumer behavior, and answers to questions like, what products are they buying? Why are they buying it? What hobbies do they have? Why do I need to know customers' hobbies? Because I can relate somehow my product or my brand to their hobbies and create some affinity, right? So those are the kind of things. What kind of post do they love to share? If I get an idea that every time there is some sort of charity post that goes out, and my customers, because they are of a certain kind of mentality, they like to participate in charities, I can start a charity of my own, right? I can start where I am not only benefiting somebody else, but benefiting my business also in the long run. Yeah. So I'm saying most of these things are ways to generate traffic, to engage your customers and build your relationships with your customers. Lot of brands today use what they call CSR to generate more business for themselves. Yeah. Where they are benefiting the community and benefiting their brand in the long run. Those are the kind of activities. It is also possible, I discover that my customers really like humorous posts. They really like memes and stuff like that. So I can start generating more memes, but I can only do that if I do the analysis, if I do the research, and I try to understand what are the kind of content that my customers like, what are the kind of posts they like. So then I can focus my posts into those kind of posts. So let me give you an idea. We had a customer who used to help people get jobs, right? Find jobs. So we did an analysis and we found that one of the kind of posts that people really were looking for and trying to understand was how to write a proper resume, or how to behave during an interview. A lot of people are very uncomfortable and not confident about managing interviews, and a lot of people don't know how to write proper resumes. So one of the things we started doing was to create a set of posts which were talking about resume tips, giving people, saying this is the way you every week, twice a week, we used to give people tips about what are the things you should cover in your resume. We started giving tips to people about how to behave, how to conduct themselves during interviews, and those become extremely popular posts. So people were actually coming to see those kind of posts, engaging with those kind of posts, and seeing other things, and therefore the business and traffic generated for our customers, right? So that was based purely on our analysis and research as to what works and doesn't work with our customers. So a very simple example I'm giving you only so that you can understand. It is usually the small things that you do that makes a very big difference. The other thing that you will understand is what are the websites that my customers go to, right? If they are going to specific websites, I will understand that those are the kind of things that they are looking for. So maybe I can do a promotion along with the people who own that website. Do you understand what I mean? So if that website, for example, suppose I'm a fashion brand, right? And all my customers like to go to see some influencer's website. They go to that website, and that influencer has a big way of telling people, how to do makeup, etc., etc., or connected kind of a thing to my business. Why will I not want to then connect with that influencer and say, let's do joint marketing? When you're doing makeup tutorials, also to explain to people how to wear the clothes we make, and we can give people complete fashion advice or complete look advice, right? But that insight will come only if I'm tracking where the customers are going, what are they reading, which are the kind of websites they like to go, and stuff like that. And people openly share this information. People share information on social media, so you can see on your customers social media profile that they go to this influencers website and see that they really enjoy that content. So I will find a way to connect with the same people and give a joint promotion and improve my business. And all these insights have like obvious marketing benefits. Understanding your customer helps you write better content and more convincing posts. But the benefits can sometimes go beyond, just marketing. It can help you identify customer pain points. What are the problems they are having? It can improve sales conversion, and in fact, refine your product strategy. So suppose you feel that next time I have to upgrade my product, I need to add more features. I need to understand what are the features my customers are looking for. Maybe my competitor has a product, has a feature which I do not have. I will only understand how my customers are reacting to that by doing analysis of my audience, by doing analysis of what my customers are looking for, what are they talking about, and then improving my product with that, right? So that is how social media can help a business understand its audience better, right? The other thing is an active social media presence builds a relationship with your audience. Yeah, so I have consistently been telling you that yes, a company's objective always has to be to sell its products, but social media allows you to sell your products in a very different way. What it allows you to do and what it encourages you to do is to spend more time connecting, talking, engaging with your customer, making friends, bringing them onto your side, helping them overcome their problems, advising them with solutions, and then indirectly selling, right? So, of course, there are direct mechanisms for you to sell, but my my reason for writing use consumers see Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as social networks, not marketing machines, and use that to your advantage to connect, not sell. There is a reason I am saying that. The reason I'm saying that is, if 90% of your communication to your customers is kharido, 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 aaj kharido, please buy, offer, discount, that customer will get fed up of you and unfollow you. They will stop unfollowing you. They will not talk to you. But if your strategy was that 70% of my communication is advice, 70% of my communication is helping them with life problems, giving them solutions to bigger problems in their lives related to my product category. I'm not saying कि अगर आप फैशन ब्रांड बनाते हैं तो उनको अपनी गाड़ी कैसे चलानी चाहिए वो नहीं मैं बोल रहा. So I'm saying advice around what your product category does. What are the things to look for? So, for example, if I was a fashion brand, I would talk to my customers about the fabrics which are the best suited for you. I would talk about how to preserve the environment using fabrics and following brands which are more environmentally conscious. I would talk to my customers about the social awareness of of the various brands that we work with take care of. I'm saying you can connect everything back to your brand, but it is more a level of engagement. So, for example, what are the best fabrics to wear during summer? What are the trending colors for this season? How are natural fibers better for you versus, say, processed fibers or whatever they are called? Right? I'm engaging. I'm helping them make better decisions. What are the better fabrics for your child? For I'm educating. I'm informing. If I spend more time doing that and then make an offer to the customer, which is say 30% of my communication, they will be more receptive to my communication than if I only talk about sell, 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 sell. That is not what we are trying to do. And that is the benefit of social media, that it helps you build relationships with your audience. So keep that in mind when you're trying to even sell your brand. First, when you're in the top of the funnel, when you're creating awareness about your brand, you should talk about awareness that is not necessarily only about your brand, awareness about other things which your brand is bringing, so they will relate to your brand. What I'm trying to say is that if you are somebody who is educating the customer, if you are the somebody who is informing the customer, they will say, हाँ, ये brand ने मुझे ये सिखाया. They know what is the right thing. I should buy from them. That is the mentality customers have. All of you will have that mentality. And because of that mentality, because you are helping them, engaging with them, they will use your brand and they will come back to your brand more and more often, right? So that is what you need to keep in mind. I think we've already talked about how social media ads allow very, very sharp targeting. I just wanted to give you, when I said targeting, what it means. Social media platforms offer highly targeted ads, which can be customized around your customers' needs. So, for example, you can actually target on Facebook around things like a person's age, their location, their education level, industry, and even user behavior. So you can actually say things like, is fond of entertainment or is fond of. So I want to target those customers who have recently watched Lord of the Rings, or I want to talk to those customers who have read Amish Tripaঠি's books. So if I'm selling some product, I can actually target customers like that by understanding their likes, their dislikes, and even behavior, right? So इतना जिसको कहते हैं fine targeting, सटीक targeting आप कर सकते हैं to reach your customers, that you can actually look at allied things, right? So suppose there is a brand which is making puja products, right? So there are, if you've recently been on social media, you'll see there are brands which are advertising puja products like puja thalis and diyas and those kind of things, right? So they are trying to attract a young audience. They are also going to say, okay, what is the kind of thing that my customer, I can engage them with? So Amish Tripathi, for example, writes a lot about religion, writes about various gods, books and stuff like that. So I want to talk to those people. I want to be engaging with those people. I can actually do that targeting and say, please talk to people who are interested in this person, or even follow this page, or those kind of things. That is allowed. That is the kind of targeting I can do, and it becomes easier for you to reach and engage customers in that way. So that is the sharp targeting that you can do. Again, I'm saying, all of you, please go back home, start a page, see the kind of targeting you can do, try it out, see the response you get. There are so many different ways that you can do that targeting. It will blow your mind. You will see, wow, how many things I can do to target and reach my customers. There are so many parameters, and not only on Facebook. If you go to LinkedIn, for example, you can target people by designation. I want to reach only all CFOs, chief financial officers of companies. I want to reach all people who are managers. I want to reach all people in Ambala who are managers. I want to reach all people in Bhatinda who are managers in the manufacturing industry. That is the kind of targeting you can do, even in LinkedIn, right? So I'm saying across all social media, there are different kinds of targetings, very, very fine targeting that you can do, right? So I'm saying, try it out, give it a shot. Till you don't practice, you will not be able to learn all the things I'm saying. But I want to put this thought into your mind. So next time when you create a campaign of your own, you will know what to look for. Yeah. Social media can help you promote events, right? So you must have thought, so far, sir has only been talking about products and services and stuff like that. But what if I'm an event company? I make events. I do charity shows, or I do music shows. How do you promote that? So social media can even help you do the, collect people for that event. If you want sign-ups for even like a webinar series or any of those things, Facebook and social media can help you. LinkedIn can help you generate followers and be participants for that. Even, for example, you want to create charity for, generate charity. Recently, not recently, about a year back, I was approached by a company from the South whose job was to use celebrities to generate charity for various organizations. So one of the strategies that we came up with was to create a small 1-minute video where the celebrity is talking about the charity and why they believe in that charity. And we actually used those videos to market to all the people. So the same video was run on the charity social media page, as well as the celebrity ran on their social media pages. And they were, and the celebrity was just giving 1 minute of their time. It was a video for 1 minute, but they were able to generate lakhs and lakhs of rupees for charities that of their choice, simply by putting out one video on social media, on their page and on the charities page. And we generated a lot of money for charities by doing that kind of activity, because your message is coming from somebody you respect, and you're able to get that reach, you're able to get the word out and reach out to those people who are most likely to make the donation, right? So that again, as a process, is very easy to do. Suppose your business is just B2B and you only go to exhibitions to generate your business. Yeah, you will say, I'm going to only trade shows, my customers only come to exhibitions, that is how I generate leads for my business, etc., etc. I don't have customers on the internet, I only talk to business. But even there, you can use social media. You can actually talk to your customers and say, I will have a stall or I will have a booth at this point in the exhibition. Please come and see my product. And every day we are giving away, say, 50 products for free or 50% discount, etc., etc. Right? So you can actually even promote that kind of activity on social media. There is no limitation to what you can do. Whatever the event is, whatever the kind of activity you want to do, you can promote on social media. And social media today is also the key to customer service. So part of running your business is servicing the needs or taking care of customer service. Customer service is a very, very important part of running your business. If your customers are unhappy and if you're not able to solve their problems, you will lose not only them, but like I told you, you will lose 200 other people, right? So your customer has to be very, very happy. One post from an unhappy customer influences a minimum of 200 other people. So remember that you cannot afford to keep your customer unhappy, however small your business is. अगर आपको ये लग रहा है आज कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ता, एक बंदा कुछ बोल रहा है, नहीं, एक बंदा नहीं है, वो 200 लोग हैं. 200 people are not going to follow you, are not going to listen to you, and are going to not become your customer. So that is extremely important to know, that I have to keep all my customers happy. And the one thing is, because everything has become digital, the entire process of buying, selling, payment mechanisms, everything is digital. Customers expect and demand quick response. आप ये नहीं कर सकते कि कस्टमर ने आज आपको कंप्लेंट डाला है, आप उससे 2-3 दिन बाद कर रहे हो, नहीं. It is that zamana has gone. Today, if you have placed a complaint to a company, the expectation is that according to a research which was done, they found that customers want responses within 4 hours. You want the people to come and solve your problem within 4 hours. And I'm not somebody who takes the side of brands and stuff like that, but I have become a loyal customer of Airtel Internet, because every time I have made a complaint about some problem in my internet connection, they solve it within 1 hour. Within 1 hour, somebody comes, fixes. I don't want to go to anybody else because of that, because they are so good at customer service. One of the things that differentiates, in my mind, for me as a customer, I have become a loyal follower of Airtel Broadband, because they are so quick in response. 1 hour, they always solve the problem. And I have experience with other companies. Sometimes you leave a complaint, they don't even register the complaint, nothing like that happens. But today, because I started with Airtel Broadband, I am adopting more of their services, because I'm so happy with their customer service. And they are able to do that because all it takes for me is to either send them a Twitter message, or send them like a message on their Facebook page or any of those things, and they make sure that it is done within 1 hour. In fact, they will call you after 1 hour and say, "Sir, I hope your complaint has been taken care of." So that is the kind of service customers expect, and big companies and good brands are now delivering that kind of service. So it is also important for you, regardless of the size of your brand. If your customer service is good quality, customers will come back and they will bring 10 other people with them. That is the way it works. Because I am so happy today, I am telling with the Airtel thing, I am telling all of you, right? Now, even all of you will think, let me think about Airtel. That is the way it works. That is the way social media works, right? Because you have a good experience, you share it, it influences a lot of other people. But unfortunately, very few companies are actually doing that today, and they are paying the price. If we were to just simply improve our customer service, our business can grow much bigger, right? So that is another thing to keep in mind. A strong social media presence also builds brand loyalty. Brand loyalty means customers choose a brand and say, "Come what may, I will only stick to this brand. There is a reason." So, like how I gave you the example of myself and Airtel broadband. It is brand loyalty. I am very loyal to that brand because I'm very happy with their service, right? So that is and that was influenced because I was able to make complaints. I was able to get them solved very fast. Similarly, there are other strong, brands which are able to build a very strong brand loyalty simply by having extremely active social media profiles and have therefore more loyal customers. So if you are using a brand and their social media presence is extremely strong, you will go and stay with that brand. I think in my earlier lecture I gave you the example of Royal Enfield. I would really encourage all of you to go and see the Royal Enfield social media pages. I would like you to go and see the Royal Enfield YouTube pages. I want you to go and see how they interact with their customers on social media and the kind of activities, events, engagements that they do with their with people on social media. It is beautiful and you should therefore see the strong loyalty people have for that brand. It is all coming from the engagement levels. If you see the YouTube presence of Royal Enfield, for example, it is very little selling. They're selling you an experience. They're saying these are the kind of things our people do, our customers do. They are highlighting their customers on their social media pages. They have created videos of people who have taken journeys to Ladakh on a Royal Enfield, and what are kind of the experiences they are having. Those are the kind of things that generate long-term loyalty among customers, because over a period of time you say, wow, that is the experience I want to have. That is desirable for all of us. We want to be doing those kind of things, right? So that is how you build strong brand loyalty, because you have now used social media to engage with your customers, highlight those stories. So please take some time, go and see Royal Enfield social media pages. It is one of the pages that I really myself am very fond of, to go and see the kind of activities they do. And that is the reason why people are paying so much money to buy a bullet. It's because you want to buy into that thought, into that positioning that they have been able to create for themselves. And so when whenever you're engaging with the public on social media, you're building a connection, you're building a rapport. That shows to the customers that you value them. They are not just a source of revenue, but as people. And so this is very true for Royal Enfield. They're not talking about, we sold 1 lakh motorcycles, people love us. No, they're not even talking about any of that. They are talking about the experiences people are having using their product. Beautiful, beautiful positioning, way to position your brand. And therefore, so much brand loyalty for that product. Technologically, that product might not be as advanced as other motorcycles in the market, but as a brand, it is so strong the experience of owning and riding a Royal Enfield is very, very different from any other motorcycle. And that is the way they have built their brand, through customer experience. Beautiful positioning. You should go and see that. Yeah. And the biggest point is that your competition is already on social media. How can you not afford to be on social media? Right? A majority of large retail brands are using at least two social media platforms to engage customers. At least they will be using Facebook. They will definitely be using Instagram. They're using some social media or the other. So if your competition is already on social media, how can you not be on social media? How can you? So that is becoming another place for you to start competing with your competition. How can I engage my customer better than my competition on social media? So you cannot avoid it by saying कोई बात नहीं जी, मेरे पास 1 लाख कस्टमर्स हैं, वो लॉयल हैं, वो कहीं नहीं जाने वाले। नहीं, वो कल अगर आपका कंपटीशन is able to get them better engagement on social media, they will go there. People are looking for engagement, somebody who cares, somebody who will talk to them, somebody who will engage with them. If you are not doing that, and your competition is doing that, customers will switch. In fact, I had one customer who was telling me that customers will make a switch for a brand for as small as 5 rupees if you don't have a good engagement with them. Right? If you remember the example, like the research I showed you some time back, which was how people are ready to pay 20% extra if you have a good engagement with them. But if you don't have an engagement with them, if you do not have a relationship with your customer, for 5 rupees, they will go to somebody else. That is how important engagement, social media marketing, constant relationship building with your customer is. Customer service, customer relationship building, all of that is important. And social media enables you to do that. Yeah. So what, for example, large number of retail brands, I said, at least use social media platforms. So what is the hope of you getting brand notice? So the one thing that bigger brands have, they have very, very sophisticated social media presences. But small businesses somehow feel that they cannot compete. And that is what is wrong, because if you have the right, if you take the time and develop your voice and strategy, post regularly, respond to customer messages and comments promptly, you can build a following of customers that even your competitors can't match. And there is a reason for that, and that's what I'm trying to explain to you, that on social media everybody is equal. Everybody can start a social media page for free. You can create a social media account for free. Big brands have an advantage. Yes, big brands have an advantage. Better name recognition, bigger budgets, very slick posts, multiple channels, more influencers. But there's one thing that you cannot match that a small business has, and that is personal touch. The personal touch that even a small business can give you, nobody else will be able to do that. And I want to give you an example of personal touch. It happened to me just yesterday. This didn't happen on social media, but I'm trying to give you the example of how personal touch worked with a small business. So I have I have a stand on which I keep my monitors. I have a 3-monitor display. So I have a stand on which I keep a monitor, and I had ordered a monitor from Amazon. After some time, I realized that monitor will be too high. That stand will be too high, so I will not be able to see my monitors. So I cancelled my order on Amazon. Within half an hour, I got a call from that SME who makes that stand. And sir, what happened? Why did you cancel the order? I said, थोड़ा मेरे लिए हाई हो जाएगा, मेरे लिए मॉनिटर नहीं हो पाएगा. इसे सर आप चिंता मत कीजिए, आप मेरे को साइज बता दीजिए, मैं उस साइज में बना के आपको दे दूंगा. I will build it to the size you want, but don't cancel your order. I said, आप कहाँ से बोल रहे हो, आप हो कौन? He says, I own the company. आपके लिए I will custom build it, and don't worry, I will not charge you extra anything. Same price I will give you for your own size. I was so amazed. That was his personal touch. Can you imagine any other big brand owner doing that? No other big brand owner will call me because he has lakhs of customers. He will not care if one customer is canceling an order. But for this small businessman, using his personal touch, he was able to convince me that his product is perfect. And tomorrow, if I have to buy a rack, I know I will go back to this gentleman because he will custom build it for me. That is the difference that a small business can bring into doing this. Now imagine doing that on social media constantly for all your customers. What is your requirement, sir? I own the business. You tell me what you want. मैं आपके लिए बना के दूंगा. No big brand can do that. They can try, but because they have such automated processes, big factories, big machines, making small changes is not easy, easy for them. But for a small business, it is very easy. And that is the power of social media. That is the power of smaller businesses, and how smaller businesses and social media are perfectly suited for each other. So I would encourage all of you to go to small businesses in your cities and talk to them, explain these things to them, and say, I can help you grow your business. These are the things that I have learned, and I want to do it for you to improve your business. You will get practice, they will get benefit. Right? To be heard, choose social media. So I might be a little biased. I'm a firm believer in the power of digital. I'm a very strong believer in the power of social media, but I have also done advertising and marketing, and I have some experience there. That traditional media is saturated. There are so many ads on TV. All are very expensive. During a cricket match, running an ad costs 1 crore rupees or more per ad to run. How can a small business use that? Newspapers are full of expensive ad. A full page ad in a Times of India, again, crores of rupees, right? And sometimes even in the newspapers, you will see there are more ads than there is news. Doing PR is also expensive. So how can a small business make a difference? I mean, I hear a lot of small businesses who come to us and say, sir, मेरे पास budget ज़्यादा नहीं है, बड़ी company का budget नहीं है. Will I be able to make a difference? Will I be able to be heard by my customers? Right? And I always tell them, sir, as long as you're active on social media, as long as you're constantly connecting with your customers, you can also become a big brand. Because only social media allows you to choose your target audience, your budget, and communicate it to them on your terms. Social media is truly the democracy of media, because everything is in the hand of its users. आप अपना बजट चूज करते हैं, आप अपना टारगेट ऑडियंस चूज करते हैं, आप क्या बोलना है सब चूज करते हैं. It's all up to you. You can do it with a small amount, you can do it with a big amount. There are no fixed rates. There are no fixed rates on social media. You can choose how you want to use it, right? And social media marketing means more sales. As per research, 70% of business to consumer marketers have acquired customers through Facebook. Right, so 70% of businesses, if it's a B2C business, have acquired customers through as simple things as Facebook, Twitter, any of those things. And when it comes to B2B, 84% of CEOs and vice presidents say that they use social media to help making them make purchase decisions, which means what? That even when it comes to, say, big technology purchases. So I want to see which is the best computer to use for all my offices all over the world. Or, I have 50,000 employees, I need to buy 50,000 computers. CEOs and vice presidents of companies choose to do the research on it, on social media, to see what are people saying, what is the brand offering. And social media has actually helped them or influenced them in making those big business to business purchases also. Because on social media, those companies will be communicating to them about the business benefits, about the price benefits, about the ownership benefits, so many things they will be communicating with them. So that has helped influence even top CEOs and vice presidents of companies. Yeah. And when you engage your customer base, they are more likely to buy from you. You can influence customer buying decision at multiple points along the sales funnel, from sharing research, white papers, blogs, targeting the awareness area, the brand awareness, or by answering customer questions and issues, and incentivizing buyers with coupons and discounts and those kind of things, right? And again, like I said, yeah, you can become an authority in your industry, right? So if you are engaging so for example, one of the things that I do very regularly to help grow my business, because I want to in the long term become an authority on in my industry, I answer a lot of questions of people on Quora, right? So a lot of people ask questions about digital marketing, content marketing, digital strategy, social media marketing on Quora. I have now started going and started to talk to people and engage with them. So these might not be my customers. These might just be somebody like you who might want to ask questions regarding social media. I have created a profile on Quora and I answer questions for people there. How should I approach my content marketing strategy? How should I approach my social media strategy? How can my brand, which sells ball bearings, build a social media presence? What is the kind of posts I should be putting out there? How do I reach my customers? What kind of targeting should I do? So I actually help people as much as I can by going on Quora and answering those questions. Sometimes people ask me questions on, they will send me a DM on my Twitter account. So we have a bait Twitter account. A lot of people ask questions there. People ask me questions by sending private messages, even on Facebook. That is the way we are helping. The more people we connect with, the more people will want to hear my answers. And over a period of time, I will be able to become an authority, or at least that is my objective. So I'm doing it with that so that people can approach me, and ultimately it will help my business. It will help grow my business. And that is the way a lot of people need to approach their presence on social media, which is saying, how do I become an authority in my industry? How can I help customers? How can I help them make purchase decisions? How can I help? Where can I engage with them? Right? And the more you engage, the more your business will grow. Yeah, and that is how you become, customer. You are able to generate brand loyalty. Better ROI. You can choose the target audience, the budget, the location. I explained that to you. Social media works on your budget, not a fixed rate like other mediums. Also, with many options for free promotion, your actual cost per action is the lowest amongst all media. Yeah. So the social media is probably the cheapest, fastest, and best way for medium-sized businesses, small businesses to generate a lot of business. Right. So thank you. That was basically the way I was trying to explain how social media can work for any business. If any of you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Like I said, next time I will be talking more about how Facebook can be used, how Instagram can be used. But I really want to hear from you the next time we meet. I want at least 5 people to tell me how they used Facebook, how they used Instagram to generate business for their business. Yeah. So I would really like to hear your examples. So please come prepared. I want to hear those examples. I want to see and hear from you what you have done. Okay. Thank you so much, Pooja.
Okay, great. So आगे के लिए हमारे को होमवर्क मिल गया है. Okay, guys, do practice and let's see आप लोग एक दिन में क्या करते हैं, and we'll add it on our social media also. Like you can share your experience and वो हम लोग आगे will showcase it also. So, sir, let's take a few questions here.
Yes, sure.
Preeti wants to get the presentations. So, Preeti, basically all the sessions are there and also I'm getting the same question. All the lectures are there in the Vidyadan gallery. So you can visit on www.vidyadan.net and over there you can just get the lecture again. Okay, all day 1, day 2, day 3, and soon post, of course, not immediately, but maybe in a day or two, we'll be adding this session as well there for your reference point of view. Okay, so there's a question here. They're saying how to use social media marketing for service sector.
So as I just explained to you how I provide a service, I provide a service, right? I just told you how I use my, in fact, social media is one of the best ways for you to provide service. What is your service? Create a page, create a social media page, talk to customers, help understand what their problems are. Social media is simple. Solve people's problems. What is the problem they have? Talk to them, explain to them, advise them, educate them. That is how you will be able to generate business for your service or any product, anything that you do. As long as you are helping people solve problems, answering the questions, your business will flourish.
Okay, good. So getting the messages like it was an informative session, wonderful, thank you, good session. Let's take up another question here. We'd like to know when somebody is, sharing a feedback or sharing a suggestion, like you said, कि आप पहले उन्हें guide करिए.
Yeah.
If that guidance go wrong, sir?
Sorry?
अगर वो गाइडेंस में कुछ गलत हो जाता है, like maybe it's from person to person, like say talking about a fabric, maybe
Yeah.
that person goes by our advice, but that fabric doesn't suit that specific person. So do we need to add a disclaimer, or how does it work?
Okay. So first and foremost, the fact that you're going to have to give a disclaimer to your customer, he will stop trusting you. You need to know your business. You need to know your business to be able to give advice. So yes, गलती सबसे होती है, गलती मुझसे भी होती है. I'm sure मेरे 4 lectures में कुछ ना कुछ गलती की होगी. But the point is, customers also understand that everybody is human. Everybody is capable of this thing. If you apologize to your customer and you offer to reimburse them or give them the product for free or give them replacements for free, right? I will give you another example of what happened with me. And I'm really very happy to see how small businesses are becoming more and more aware of the need for customer service. So I have, I don't know how many of you know what an O-ring is. So I'm extremely fond of collecting fountain pens, right? So I have this fountain pen, and one of the ways to convert this to using it as a, not having to use a cartridge inside it. So you have these cartridges, right? So you have to use these cartridges, but I want to use normal ink in this pen. Very small thing. I think I told you guys I'm a little bit of a fountain pen fanatic. There is a ring that has to be put out here. Can you see this? So there is a O-ring that goes out here. It's a very, very small thing. With great difficulty, I found this person who makes this O-ring. He's based in Bombay. I was able to contact him on his social media page. And I said, boss, I need this O-ring for my fountain pen. Can you send it to me? This is the size. This is the thing that it was there. He took my order. I paid him the money. He sent me the wrong O-ring. Okay. Now, it is a very small example. Any other businessman would have said, boss, अब तो भेज दिया मैंने, अब मैं नहीं कुछ कर सकता. I told him, boss, I'm sorry you sent me the wrong one. I need a different one. He said, I'm really sorry I sent you the wrong one. And here is what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you replacements for free. So he is sending me the replacement for free. With taking he is going to bear the courier expenses. And I said, well, how do I return the old stuff for you, which is not useful? He said, "Aap rakho, mujhe kuch nahi farak padta. I want you to have the right thing." So think of his mindset. What I've given you is a very, very small example. But think of his mindset. He knows he has made a mistake. But what is he doing? He's saying, मैंने गलती की है, I will bear the cost and I will replace it. From Bombay, he will courier it. It will cost him at least 200, 250 rupees extra to courier it. Other than the price of the goods. The price of the goods was another, like say, 800 rupees. So he is paying an extra 1,000 rupees just so that his customer is not dissatisfied for even such a small product. Right? So he made a mistake. He acknowledged his mistake. He is replacing it for free. And I will obviously value him for life because at least he values me as a customer. Right? So that is the way to behave with your customers. If you made a mistake, acknowledge it, help them replace it, bear the expense. Your customer needs to be happy. You will not make money from your customer today. That same customer will come back tomorrow happy. You can make money then. The customer needs to be happy. That is more valuable.
Right. और ऐसा ही same example मुझे भी पता है. There is a brand in United States by the name of BioTrust, and they prepare like natural products. They deliver across the globe, and
Right.
as per my experience with them, if they have sent you a product and then you say that okay, this didn't suit me, maybe I didn't like the flavor or anything, they replace it without any charge, and they do not even pick it up. They'll say, okay, you keep that one as well, and we'll send you another flavor also. So
Right.
that's how they are, gaining trust across the globe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ashwini Gambhir ji wants to know, how can we win the trust of customers through social media marketing?
Advise, educate, customer service, information. The biggest way you can win the trust of a customer is by helping them solve problems, by educating them, by informing them, and respecting them. Sometimes people don't realize that little bit of arrogance can affect you in the long run. When there is a big saying, right, all of us must have heard it, the customer is always right. It is something we have heard for decades now. Customer is always right. Customer is always right. It is true. Customer is always right. As long as you have to find a way to make your customer happy, come what may. आप आर्ग्यू करोगे, आप उससे बहस करोगे, नहीं यही है, मैं जो कह रहा हूँ वो सही है, he will go. He wants a solution to his life problem. If you are helping them with advice, with in a humble nature, in a positive nature, helping them, they will keep coming back to you. Trust will be built, brand loyalty will be built for life. And quick response. If he has raised a question right now, ये नहीं कि 3 दिन बाद आप जवाब दोगे, because तब तक वो आपके competitor के पास चला गया हो. 100%. 4 hours is what you have. Right? जैसे चक दे में शाहरुख खान ने बोला था ये 90 मिनट, याद है आप सबको? वैसे ही आपको अगर आपका बिजनेस चलाना है, 4 घंटे हैं आपके पास. इस 4 घंटे में आप दुनिया बदल सकते हैं. Right? So that is the philosophy. 4 hours, make sure you solve the customer's problems. He will stay with you for life.
Right. Okay. Saurav is saying we have entertainment channel on YouTube as Postal Boys. How can we boost our channel through social media?
So one of the easiest way on social media, on YouTube, for example, is using the right hashtags and using the right tags. So after Google search, YouTube is the second biggest search engine in the world. Did you know that? They're owned by the same company. But as a search engine, after Google search, YouTube search is the second biggest search engine. People search for things on Google, on YouTube. So as long as you're tagging your videos correctly, you're using the right hashtags in your description of your product, people will be able to find your brand, will be able to find your product. One is that. Second, create a social media page of your own. Go to that social media page, start posting your videos on that social media page. Again, on that social media page, whether it is Twitter, whether it is Facebook, whether it is LinkedIn, start using the right hashtags. Start, sending your videos on Messenger to your customers. Go to the groups. So suppose you do music, right? Go to the groups of customers on that social media page, join those groups and start sharing your content out there. Right? So if there are music lovers, if there are groups on Facebook which are music lovers, right? So there are actually groups for people who love Kishore Kumar, right? And they talk about Kishore Kumar as a great singer. There'll be people who are following Lata Mangeshkar. There are people who will follow, say, Coldplay or whatever music you do. Every hobby has a page on Facebook. Join those groups and start sharing your content out there. You will get bigger audiences. You will also get international audiences. That is the way to promote yourself. Do I answer your question?
I think he'll be happy to get this answer. Okay, this Irfan Ahmad is saying, sir, is it good to buy subscribers or likes?
No,
No.
not at all.
Okay, so you need to work hard to actually get real success.
Let me explain. There are enough people who will sell you subscribers and sell you followers. How do you judge the whether it's a effective brand or not? Some people will see followers, right? But people like us who are professionals can tell the difference. हम जाके प्रोफाइल देख लेते हैं कस्टमर का और प्रोफाइल से पता पड़ जाता है उसके प्रोफाइल पे एक फोटोग्राफ है, ठीक है, और एक नाम है, उसके अलावा कुछ नहीं. हमें पता है दिस इज अ परचेस्ड customer. So suppose I'm showing that I have 1 lakh followers on my page, but every time I put a post, only 250-2000 people respond to my post. कुछ गड़बड़ नहीं है. 1 लाख फॉलोअर्स है मेरे पास, पर सिर्फ 200-2000 से ज्यादा मेरे कभी उसमें रिस्पॉन्स ही नहीं आता पोस्ट पे. लोग सोचेंगे ना, भैया आपके बाकी के लोग क्या आप में इंटरेस्ट नहीं है? So people can tell that you have bought followers because number of people who are actually engaging with your page, who are engaging with your posts is so low. Therefore, the percentage of engagement is very, very low, which means that your posts are not effective. What is the point?
Right. Arthi Gadi is saying, we are a training franchisee and we have competition within our own brand batches. Okay, how to handle this situation in social media?
I didn't understand. Can you explain how?
It's like multiple franchisees, like we have it for Domino's, like Domino's here,
Yeah.
competing within the branches.
Right. Again, like I said, these franchisees must have a local area, right? Each franchisee usually has a local area. So suppose I am saying if your local area is Connaught Place in New Delhi, right? You can choose and say I have a radius of 25 kilometers. I can actually do targeting on social media to people within that area. I can actually start targeting people in that area myself. The Google allows me to do that. Facebook to a certain extent allows me to do that. Target people in that local area. Start engaging people, start engaging in the events, activities, all the other things that are happening in your locality. Start talking to the local, start engaging with the social media pages of all the other businesses in that locality. As long as you are strong in your local area, none of your competition will be able to take over. So suppose you have a Domino's pizza franchise out here, but that somebody else has a cafeteria or has sells cold coffee and chai and all that kind of stuff. Both of you can get together and do a promotion on each other's page in your local area. Talk to other local area businesses on their social media pages, start doing activities, start doing promotions. As long as you're strong in your local area and you're engaging with people on your local area pages, nobody else can come into your territory and try and poach from you. So similarly for your training institute, there will be people who have stationery shops. There will be people who are selling textbooks. There will be people who will be selling notebooks or something allied to students. You have to engage with all of them. You have to start talking to all of them. Somebody who will be selling school bags, somebody who will be selling something else. Engage with all of them on their social media pages. Become strong in your local area. Nobody can come to your local area. Okay, good luck.
Okay, great. Let's take one more question here. How can an actor use social media to promote himself?
That is all they use these days. All of them are on social media.
Yeah.
So I think, see, most celebrities, most actors are very strong influencers. In our country, at least, actors are given very high position by people in society, and we listen to them. We like to hear their opinions. We like to hear about what are they up to, what are their beliefs, what are the things that they're doing in their systems. Now, again, every actor has a what we call a positioning. They are also a brand. If you remember the brand positioning that we had done, there is a brand positioning for each actor, right? For example, let's take a couple of examples. Salman Khan, can you ever imagine him doing a serious role? He has always done the macho man kind of roles. Him playing a school teacher or something like that does not fit his personality, right? Whereas if I have, say, or Salman Khan playing elder brother or somebody's father or something like that, not possible, right? You cannot imagine and him playing that kind of a role, that because that is the brand positioning. He's the young macho man, right? That is his brand position. So how can we actually take that brand forward? How can we help that person, help that actor take that personality forward by engaging them in activities and communication through through social media is what you have to think. What is the brand personality? And how do I take that personality forward? It is very, very important that they have to constantly engage with their fans. So, for example, recently, even if you look at just Salman Khan put a video on his Instagram about him cleaning his Panvel, Panvel farmhouse. Yeah, what was that? It was showing that he's also a man of the people. सलमान खान भी अपने फार्म हाउस पे झाड़ू लगा सकता है, अपनी जगह को साफ रख सकता है. Look at the influence that has on people who are young people. That cyclone आया, damage किया, गंदगी फैलाई, but even सलमान खान ने उठा के अपने फार्म हाउस में खुद झाड़ू लगाया, साफ किया, and has brought back things to normal. These are the kind of things that help build the brand of Salman. He is seen as a man of the people, a very normal person, in fact, you start seeing him at the same level as you see Chulbul Pandey, right? It is very similar personality. He's a man of the people. He's the number one star in Bollywood today. So that is how he is positioning himself. He is constantly talking to people. He's talking about all the small things he's doing in his farmhouse. He's constantly putting videos out, and they all engage people and takes his brand forward. So that's all part of his social media strategy. Let me be very clear.
Yeah, okay. So I used to think that he's just doing it because the shooting is not there. But this is how they engage, okay. Nice. really informative here. And I'd like to share one information for everybody as people are asking again and again about their certificates. Guys, you can go to our website with www.vidyadan.net and go to the online sessions page here. And when you enter the online sessions page, you have to enter your email address and select the session that you have attended to get your certificate. So you have to log in for the certificate. Here, just enter the email address that you have actually participated your session for. For example, I'll say this one and career in film and media entertainment. I'll see if so. What we have to do now is just with a click, the certificate will pop up on the screen. And when you have the certificate on the screen, just click on the certificate and it will be downloaded in your system. All right, like this. As this course is in continuation, you will get the certificate for this course only after the course of 6 days is over. We still have 2 more days to go for this session. So with proceeding further, I'd like to inform about an amazing webinar that we are going to have with Ms. Arushi Nishant. She is a Kathak exponent, environmentalist, social activist, film producer, entrepreneur, co-founder of Sparsh Ganga. And she is a lovely human being. So we will be discussing and she'll be sharing more information and opportunities that we have for Atmanirbhar Bharat. Tomorrow we will have Mr. John David conducting a session and giving you insights of how to develop an award-winning game with limited resources and manpower. As we keep, even in social media, as we were discussing with the little resources, how you can increase your reach. Similarly, tomorrow we'll be discussing about award-winning game with limited resources. And yes, we'll be back with Mr. Ashutosh Sharma on June 13th at 11:30 again. Guys, I am sure you are adding your creative videos on social media, tagging Media and Entertainment Skills Council and Vidyadan. So keep doing that. And yes, the selfie winner for yesterday is, so you have a common name. It's Ashutosh. Let me see. It's Ashutosh N. They have not given the full last name. It's Ashutosh N. So congratulations. So, and yes, keep posting your creative videos. Do hashtag #CreativeMe and do visit vidyadan.net. Do register for upcoming sessions and webinars. Stay connected, stay safe, take care, and tomorrow we will see you at 12:30. Okay? So with this, take care, stay safe, and do your homework. Okay? Practice, and day after tomorrow, we are going to listen to your feedback.
All right, great. Looking forward to meeting you on 13th. See you guys. Bye, everybody. Stay safe.
Bye-bye.